Hey, we're back.
Hello, we return.
Greetings.
Welcome once again. We are back. Yeah, as a couple people mentioned in the chat, we had some ads play during the break because watching the ads gives people bits, and then you have bits to play with. But of course, if you are a subscriber, you get to be on here ad free. So if you do feel like subscribing to the channel, please feel free to do so. Subscribers get a few special special things. First of all, they get to watch ad free. Second of all, they get access to some fun little emoticons and icons that are usable in the channel. And if you are a subscriber, you get access to the subscriber-only areas of our Discord. And finally, subscribers are in the whenever we have a gamely draw. We have a draw for a sketch card drawn by our wonderful artists. So if you are a subscriber to the channel, then you are entered automatically into the draw each game, and you may be the lucky recipient.
Should I show off a previous one?
Sure, if you want to do so while I am pulling up all my stuff.
Sure.
For 69 channel points, I will tell you about Fedid's Cloaca.
Hell yeah.
I will inform everyone, do not be deceived. It does not cost anything to get Jeff
it's
to tell
free.
you
I'll
about
tell you about it. Pro
There's a
bono.
previous one.
I'm sorry.
Bro boner. I mean bono.
Yeah. Oh, I had forgotten Ugna honking me.
That's a good one.
That was quite a good one. Okay.
Also, I think I may have to show this old classic. With Glorpa and the plants.
Oh, yeah.
Also, Alina, do you still
Creeping on
have
that
the
one, Sarah.
permalink to the Discord?
I do. I can drop that in the chat.
Yeah, so I'm just going
I
to
should also flash
mention...
our artist links and stuff.
Yeah, now that we're back, we might as well show off once again the usual. Please check out everybody's work. All of these hardworking artists are doing crazy stuff on the internet.
Back on this one. Jeff is also there. Go to questionablecontent.com or patreon.com / what is
ass.golf, piss.farm, dildo.pizza, rectal.dentist.
Good.
Excellent.
Meat.tube.
Did you get meat.tube?
Oh, and it was pointed out to me that some of the chat was asking about the program used for the maps that we have on the stream. And that's a wonderful program. It's not free, but you buy it once and then you've got it, called Wonderdraft. And I find it a very useful program. People design free icon sets that you can use and add to your map making. And all of the maps for this stream have been produced using Wonderdraft.
Also, best Oasis song ever.
Yep.
And in the chat,
you
you
can break out a guitar now.
No. Oh yes. In the chat, you can see where Geek Comics has posted the Discord link. If you are enjoying the show and you want to get in on the fan Discord, it is open for anyone who wants to join it. And you can come and hang out and talk about the stream. We have no players allowed areas where we can solicit your opinions on what stuff should happen
You guys can come up with terrible ideas to torment us. It's wonderful.
Indeed. And we'll post that again at the end of the game. So, all that out of the way, let us pick up where we left off, which was that Glorpa has produced some interesting new potions with no clear idea as to what they do.
I'm going to run over to Ugna immediately and be like, Ugna, look what I got.
It's very blue.
Yeah, I don't know what it is either.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Cool.
Do you want to get a little weird?
Yeah?
Okay.
Hey, Ugna, you party?
I'm feeling kind of wild tonight, and I think this is going to do, like, some weird shit to, like, whatever is around it if I throw it.
Oh.
and break
Oh,
it.
it's not a. It's
That's
not
how
a.
you do it.
It's not a drinky.
Nah. Otherwise, I would have offered you.
Oh, I do
this
like a
one,
good
'cause I have
drink.
like 3 of them. Yeah, this looks like it'd probably be delicious, but actually, it is. I tried it.
What did it do?
But nothing just indicated to me what it does, kind of.
Oh.
But not really.
You just tasted it. You didn't take enough to be effective. I will point out that Tromlin is also there because he was speaking with Ugna.
Oh, that's cool. I'm not talking to him right now. I mean,
Yeah,
I
you're
love
just
this
talking to
food.
Ugna. I'm
but
just saying, Tromlin is nearby enough to hear this
A
conversation.
parent is in
good
the
to
room,
know.
which is
Dad's
good.
here.
I just slowly look and like, did you make that in my cook pots?
I don't remember whose it was.
I look down at the one that's glowing blue.
It's pretty obviously that one.
It was probably like that before I touched it. Before I didn't touch it. I mean,
I set to scrubbing this clean.
cool. While you're doing that, I'm gonna grab Ugna. Let's get. Come
Okay, let's go.
on. Okay. Let's go somewhere. I want to see what this does to plants, and I saw that there was somebody selling plants over here, like a shit ton of them. So let's look for somebody who we think it would be really fun to throw this at. Just somebody in the crowd, but they have to be nearby the plant stand.
Oh, like somebody who's kind of a jerk.
Yeah,
Like, do I
ideally.
know any jerks in town?
Not exactly. Like you've only come here to perform, like to fight.
That's true.
So you've never really you've come out to the market, but you don't really know anyone here other than people directly involved with the pit fighting circuit.
I've got a pretty good vantage point on the market,
That-
though. Is anyone actively being a jerk?
You see Fetid off in a corner talking to a bunch of little black-clad goblins with like shocks of black hair and a frizzy black-haired gnome. Or halfling, I think I said she was.
My new bros.
Kurt Kobold.
Aw, Fed's got
It's
some
possible
friends.
that Fetid might know. Fetid might know
my
someone.
God.
Wonder if you could just kind of like entice them over here somewhere.
Yeah.
Just-
Oh, let's ask Fetid. Maybe he knows some guys.
yeah,
Knows
sure.
lots about stuff about stuff.
And things and people.
Yeah. So we'll kind of wander over and be like, "Hey, Fetid."
Oh yeah, that's right. These guys don't know who I am yet. They think I'm like the protector of the trash heap.
Mm-hmm.
I am curious. We should establish something here, Jeff.
Mm-hmm.
Is the legend of
Fetid Quagle.
the folk hero of the protector of the trash heap, is it attached to your name? Like the locals in Mud Hollow know that you're Fetid, but they also wouldn't treat you as much like you're this crazy legendary figure because they
I'm
know
just
you.
some guy. Yeah, I'm just some idiot.
So it may very well be that Fetid and the legendary hero of Mud Hollow aren't connected.
Yeah, probably they wouldn't know my name. I'm not like Ugna level famous.
You don't have the fame merit.
Yeah.
So
Godfrey
Fetid doesn't.
Wish
ring
to
any
talk to you about marketing and franchising later on.
Oh, you want to tank your brand? Okay.
Yeah, Quaggles are an untapped market, but they're an untapped market without any money.
That's
Yeah,
true.
they're untapped for a
Oh.
reason.
Is Fetid
Um,
talking to these guys in a way that seems amicable, or they're just kind of
Yeah, they seem
Chilling.
friendly.
Yeah, no,
Aw.
I'm chilling with these guys. And in fact, I'm like, as I see you coming over, I want to like wave and get you guys to come over
Faster.
post haste.
Yeah.
And yeah, I want to inform. So it's Ugna and Glorpa that I'm talking to right now.
And I'll like hunker
Uh,
down on my haunches so I get down to their level.
Yeah, and they would
Yeah,
definitely.
they kind of back off
you.
initially
Yeah.
out of the shadow.
As I like
Mhm.
loom over them.
Yeah, I'll be like, no, it's chill. I'm friends with her. She's cool.
Hey, everybody.
So yeah, my new buddies here are getting bullied by those dickhead rats in the NFT bro hats.
I look over
And,
at Glorpa and I'm like, just all grins and thumbs.
How close
Perfect.
are they to the pants or to the plants?
Oh, there's like vegetable stalls all over the place. Like there's plants all over. So
All right.
just about anywhere is near.
Okay, good, because
Alright.
Glorpa and I are doing science, and we need some jerks to test it on.
Oh, okay. I know some jerks.
Cool. We figured you would.
Yeah.
All
So let's see. So I chased those guys like out of the market, though, right? They're nowhere within
Yes,
sight.
but there was more than one group. That was
Mm.
just the group that came over to harass these guys. There are
Okay,
other
cool.
small groups of the weasels around.
All right.
Cool.
Glorpa, you want me to throw this potion at some jerks?
Oh, you're probably a way better thrower than I am. Yeah, that's
Well,
not.
also,
something that
I'm
good
very
at.
sneaky,
Ooh,
so I could
yeah.
probably
Yeah,
get right,
right.
up there.
All right,
All right.
sweet.
Okay, yeah, I wanna go fucking stink bomb these jerks.
Try and be
Cool.
near plants so we can see what it does. For
Yeah,
science.
horrible feeling about what happened.
Yeah, it's
Me
gonna be
too.
terrible. It's gonna be great.
Bad
This is
decisions
not going
only.
to go the way you all
That's
think
what
it
we
is.
do.
Oh no, of course it's not. This is a stream pole potion. It's gonna like turn them all into acid dragons or some shit. It's gonna be great.
Hey,
That's
So,
cool. We have a wish
I
from an
won't
acid
make you-
method.
I'll have you make a
Best.
stealth roll
Sure.
as you sneak through the crowd, but you're nice and small and you can get away with just
I
using the
rolled
crowd as
well.
cover.
Rolled
Okay.
a 13, so that's gonna be like a 64 or something. 23, yeah.
Yeah, you're fine. So you sneak over closer to this squadron of weasels, but as you're doing so, there's a little tug on your raiment,
Mm-hmm.
on your outfit,
My
and you
filthy
turn,
lapel.
and one of the smaller goblin quaggles, this little goblin with like a big shock of black hair over, like with you just see the two eyes peeking through breaks in the hair.
Mhm,
And she's wearing some kind of just full body sweater
mhm.
that might have been like you imagine it was some kind of like large creature sock that just has appropriate
Mhm.
holes strategically placed, and there's like
Mhm.
sleeves have been added to it that go way
Mhm.
past her hands, so they're just kind of like
Mhm.
dangly little cloths at the end, and
Borealis
she's
here, yeah.
and she's sort of tugging on you, and her just eyes are wide, and she says, "You know the Bone Crusher?"
Yeah.
Aww.
Yeah, she's cool. You want her to bench press you? I can probably get her to do that.
She like just freezes. She seems to shrink even smaller inside the knitted tube.
Hell yeah. All right, we're going to make this happen. But first, watch this! And I throw the potion.
Hey, how close do you get to them before you throw the potion?
Throwing range, not much closer than that.
Okay, so
Close
I'll
enough
make
that I can accurately aim it.
so close enough that we'll call it short range, but
Sure.
probably not in the area of effect. So
Yeah, I want
I'll
to be
get
out of
you
the
to-
blast radius.
yeah,
of
roll a
whatever.
ranged attack.
All right.
This is gonna go really
Oh,
well.
that's not a good roll. I'm
Oh,
going to
no.
spend
Did
an
we lose somebody?
inspiration.
Yeah, we lost.
Yeah, we
John.
just lost
Something
we just lost John.
Oh,
Oh, okay. I'm going to spend an inspiration and re-roll that because I rolled a 2.
Yep.
Cool.
That's much better. That's a 19 plus 7, 26.
Bear with us, people on the stream. When we lose somebody, it messes up our overlay. So
I
we're
just
gonna
found
get
out about
John
VOD
back in here.
Ninja, and I need to make it happen so this doesn't happen.
Yep.
VOD Ninja, it's great. I don't use it yet.
We're all still here. We're just not lined up
There we
appropriately.
go. We're back.
Give us a second. Actually, no, we were still lined up because John was just frozen on the stream.
Nope, he's
No, it
actually
got,
gone.
it got a little
He was
goofy
gone.
for a second,
Yeah.
but it's fine.
Yeah,
We're
but
good.
not for that entire time like I thought it was.
Mhm.
Okay, so your reroll worked.
Yep.
DM Peter.
No,
Did I miss anything?
Quick, level us all up.
no.
We've made great choices in your absence.
Yep. Extremely good choices.
Sir
no
Godfrey
No way this
is
is going to
now.
backfire on us.
What was the final hit roll?
26.
Oh yeah, no problem. So, yeah, you launch this little glass vial. It smashes on the ground on a rock in between these various weasel creatures who kind of jump, and a big cloud of bright blue glowing gas fills like a 20-foot area, like a 10-foot radius.
And I yell, who farted?
I pointed
Um,
at
And
I'm
two
hiding
things
behind a
happen.
crate.
Two things happen because this was chosen by the chat, and they chose both things.
Oh, I can't wait to see what you
Oh.
think next, dude.
The primary effect is that these various rat creatures start screaming and blinking and
Hell yeah.
like thrashing at their faces
What the fuck is
in various ways. Some of them are
I've committed a
some
war
of
crime.
yeah.
Good.
They start a couple of them start shouting in bestial, in like their own language, but they're shouting and some in common. They're basically shouting, the birds, no, and they're like ducking. They seem to be imagining that they are being attacked by some sort of airborne menace,
Nice.
and they're just scattering in all directions.
Now I'm really curious what it does to the plants.
In addition to this, and this affects all of the ratkin in this area, but also some other random people in the market. Anyone who was in the space is having the same reaction. So including the merchant at the vegetable cart and some customers. But in addition, all of the vegetables in the vegetable cart become animated and jump out of the cart and surge towards you, Fetid,
maybe
as the
that,
wielder
actually.
as the wielder of the potion.
Okay.
And any of the vegetables that are elongated in shape
Oh no.
Oh god.
are kind of rising in the leading end upwards as they come towards you.
Becoming turgid.
Yeah, they seem to be somewhat excited. Yeah, smaller other vegetables are kind of just kind of vibrating. Any juicy vegetables are sort of like leaking fluids.
They're
plants all
they're
around.
moist.
Yeah.
Would have been weird if it went the other direction and that happened to the rats.
Yeah.
Well, the options on the poll that were selected were causes mass hallucinations and summons amorous vegetables.
Okay.
So it does both. So
These are
this
good
potion
options.
both summons amorous vegetables to the user and also causes mass hallucinations in an area.
Well, Glorfa jumps directly in front of Fetid immediately.
Taking
Come to mama.
Take on the onslaught of amorous vegetables. Okay.
Oh, do I have
I imagine this gets graphic in some way. I don't know. Are you leading them away?
I'm gonna make
Fade
this
to
somewhat
black.
PG.
I'm sure there's an alleyway somewhere, right?
Fade to greens.
Fade to green. Every different kind of green.
It's like
I'm
throws
gonna-
a tent
I'm gonna
over
yell-
the.
I'm
Nobody
gonna
look.
yell something like, "Oh my god, those weasels made all the vegetables horny somehow."
I mean, that is clearly what just happened.
Yes.
Now, this is probably a good time to point out that Tromlin has a black token.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Oh no.
Thanks, y'all.
And I would like to remove that black token
Oh,
if you
no.
would be so kind, Alina.
Real quick, just before you go too far, I want to remind you, the black token was specifically related to gods.
And the
Oh,
fucking
right.
thereof.
This is
That
no.
sounds
I
like
have a
trickster move
specific.
to me.
I have a purpose for this black token. I'm not. I'll keep the black token and I will downplay the result.
Okay.
Okay.
Cool.
I'm sure being related to gods is much better than being related
yeah.
to vegetables.
Oh,
as far as this
I
goes.
want you to look. It's definitely. I'm going to get fucked harder later. Okay, without losing.
Yeah.
Still,
I wasn't gonna go. Yeah.
I don't want to screw up his storyline later.
You've already done the
it's all
fucking
good.
around. Now you have to find
Yep.
out.
This is not going to involve any vegetables because there aren't any vegetables in range. But as you scrub out this pot and inhale the fumes of the potion that was made within, you start to have some real exciting times. So I'm happy to let you choose what your hallucinations are if you wish, or I can provide some flavor as you choose.
Wait, which person?
They don't have to be bad hallucinations. They just have to be hallucinations.
Okay, I'm going to go for good, I guess.
I mean, if you're in a good mood, it's the
Yeah.
trip here is going to depend on your mood, right? That's how
I've
it
been making a
works.
shitload of money. Like, Glorper, oh no, Glorper used one. I can clean it out. She didn't ruin any food or anything, so it's fine.
Made it better.
It would probably be a sort of men and women I have been attracted to, or other or non-binary, etc. Like oh my.
So as you're scrubbing,
Probably
as
just,
you're
like,
scrubbing
blushing
out this
really
pot,
hard.
yeah, as you're scrubbing out this pot, you'll sort of scratch at your neck, and you'll start to trip out on the feeling, and suddenly the hallucination, you've got hands all over you, and you're surrounded by a number of individuals that you've known throughout your life. Several of your very close friends who work at the casino / brothel in Mud Hollow are surrounding you. Maybe some of the fairy creatures that you encountered that night on the heat.
Yes, I'm
Um,
sure that a certain avatar is there.
yeah, and you just start having a very arousing session of cleaning out this pot.
And I am
As
going
you're
to
in reality
excuse
standing
myself
alone.
and hide in an alleyway because I don't want everyone to watch this. 10 minutes sign back up and stumble.
Yeah, I'm gonna say so. Sir Godfrey, as you're sort of negotiating the exchange of some shrunken troll heads that you happen to have.
Specifically, Sir Godfrey is selling a wonderful. It's like a wand of fireballs, but he is selling this to a tabaxi, so it's a wand of fur balls. It's quite marvelous. It's quite marvelous. And then there's a dwarven thrower, which I'm trying to sell to a half orc, which literally throws dwarves. Not the
hammer of dwarf throwing. That classic.
as well as the coveted duck of many things.
Ooh, don't put that on your head.
Anyway, continue.
Yeah.
Please continue.
Yeah, you just reach into the cloaca and something different comes out every time.
Oh no.
It's and if you've ever reached into a kalaki, you know how painful that can be.
All parties
for the
involved.
duck. So as you're doing your sales, Tromlin over at the corner with his little kitchen area set up is scrubbing out this big cauldron and starts moaning, and then kind of gets a little flustered and then stumbles off to the alley. But of course, Tromlin is hallucinating, so he basically crawls underneath the booth, and that's the alley. And then some strange noises emanate. You're not sure what's going on. Some sort of ritual, maybe?
Gen Con all over again.
Yep. That's where you eat your lunch.
Mm-hmm.
He is eating his lunch.
Eating something.
Sir Godfrey is a little concerned because this could be some food poisoning, which might bestow some liability upon Sir Godfrey and the caravan. And I believe I will go check this out, and I will leave Timothy and Tomothy to take care of the business of Sir of
the table. You don't want to look at the table.
of selling the spell that grants anybody +1 intimidation simply by the way they walk. It is called the cubic gate. Yes.
Oh, good.
Or the soft drink, which gives you +2 strength, the Coke of Protection. But never mind this. I'm going to see, because this could be, liability issues and everything. We don't actually have any signed documents about this. So I'm going to go check out what is happening with my food vendor.
This white elephant just turning pink. All the way from the top of his ears.
You look under the I'll keep this PG by saying you lift up the skirting on the edge of the table and look underneath. And from our perspective, we just see the white elephant go like cartoonishly from the bottom up, like the rising of a thermometer, pink right to the tips of the ears. And I'll remind everyone that Tromlin has illusion cantrips. So his hallucinations that he's having under here by himself have visual and auditory and possibly even sense components. I imagine you.
Congratulations.
I imagine you leave.
Well, I'm imagining Tromlin is, the Disney, Pink Elephants on Parade is what he is seeing right now.
Yeah, you start going like, look out, look out.
Pink elephants are afraid. What did they see?
Tromlin.
So meanwhile,
Tripping balls.
So we'll drop the censored curtain temporarily on Tromlin under the booth, and Glorpa chased down a back alley.
I've accepted everything that I could underneath my skirt, and I've run off with them. We're good. Before you can hear a moan out of me.
I'm just chatting with the Quaggles, like nothing has happened.
Somebody confusedly shouts like, "Thief! Someone stole vegetables from that cart." I think that's what happened. I hope that's what happened.
It's okay. It's kale. Nobody cares.
That's gonna feel
like,
real weird.
You don't want those zucchinis back.
That's in a way that I wasn't looking forward to.
The kale is just like caressing, like it's an aroused leaf. It's just like rubbing your face. You're like, don't listen to him. You're nutritious.
You're a superfood.
Some people like the texture.
I'm like, you don't want those back, and I'll like toss some coppers into that cart.
Aroused Leaf is my Tori Amos cover band.
That is what I didn't expect tonight.
Wow. The proprietor's not even there because he's busy hallucinating and running around.
Cool.
So you leave some money, you leave some coins.
A note that just says sorry.
Yeah.
And goes. So meanwhile, Jeff, you've got this little goblin Quaggle lass, who Trit Resnar will let you know that her name is Susie Soap.
Mm-hmm. All right, I'm gonna bring her over to where Ugna is.
Just chilling with the Quaggles.
Susie, this is my friend, the Bone Crusher.
Oh, hi. How's it going?
It's like basically a small construct made of black hair, yarn, and eyes is staring at you.
Yep.
With the sleeves up here just like dangling. It makes a tiny squeaking noise. I assume you're going to get her to sign something?
Or just bench press her. That would be cool. Do like a one-armed curl with her.
Oh, you want me to bench press her?
Yeah,
do you want to be bench pressed? I ask the mat of hair.
little vibrating ball of hair. One eye visible through the mat.
I mean,
she nods vigorously, but kind of not. You're not sure if she's just vibrating harder.
I mean, I'm like, you're also like you're not enough weight to bench press. Do you mind if I like just do a curl?
Maybe like a finger curl.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could pick her up pretty much with a finger.
Yeah. I get her like to sit in my palm. Like lift her up, fly her around a little bit.
I guess even wider, which you didn't think would be possible. But.
Sweet moment with a fan.
Cute.
Yeah.
Right after we poisoned a bunch of people.
I'm like, do you want me to sign something? I can sign something. I got my pen. Pull a pen out of nowhere.
Yep. You've got a little sheath. You've got a little you've got the sword sheath on the waist, and then you've got a little pen sheath on your lapel.
It's a miracle that thing hasn't been crushed.
Or you sign her. There's
sleeve.
Like a flap of leather that's part of her garb, and you just sign it. And she takes it
and
Munchkin
card.
Yeah, it's a blank Munchkin card.
Yep.
Oh, who are we kidding?
Yep.
They're all blank fucking Munchkin cards.
Those follow you to sleep at night, don't they? Your
Yes.
nightmares.
When John gets hit in the head, a bunch of them just float around like birds.
I just have this image of him having like the nightmare, but it's the tunnel in Willy Wonka. And instead of headless chickens, it's just Munchkin cards. And Steve Jackson is on behind him on the boat and narrating it.
That's canon.
That is
Good
canon.
times.
That happens.
It is.
I'm sure Steve would own that. Yes, that's
Absolutely.
So as soon as you do that, she takes this little piece of leather shaped like a little rectangle with a blank space and some text at the bottom that you have signed, and like just
Card for
like
Munchkins.
hugs it like tight with the eyes giant, and then just like makes a little meep noise and then flees.
Before she
You think
flees,
you're
do I-
assuming
do I
that was a
have any-
thank you?
I go, oh, cute kid.
Do I have any money on me? I feel like I would probably have some money on me.
You've
So
had
Godfrey
a
would
few.
have given you some.
Yeah, you also
Yeah.
got a few coins from Tromlin earlier.
Yeah,
that
yeah.
you can-
Yeah, I want to sneak a couple into her pocket when she's
Aw.
not looking before she runs off.
For sure. I will. You can do that at range even because you
Yeah.
can
Throw 'em in there.
you can mage hand with your with your swarm.
Yep.
You can send some bugs to send those in there, set those in the pocket.
There's like Pigeon is like
Yep.
crawling up her leg and just gently tucking a coin
Yep.
and like, patting.
Or like some dragonfly or something.
Mhm.
Sure. So after a while, you all kind of assemble back from your various adventures, that some of which we shall not speak of.
Lorpa comes
I'll
back
point out
smoking a cigarette somehow. It's-
Yep.
Perny would like to cover Tromlin's cart while Tromlin is otherwise occupied.
Very appreciated.
Drop a globe of darkness on there.
Yep.
When I am done and recovered,
Yep.
and I see Glorpa again, we're having a chat.
Where can I get more?
Yeah. Is a
No.
prescription required?
Absolutely not.
Lorpa comes back out of the alley with like smoking a cigarette, but it's actually like a small carrot, and she's just still kind of sucking on it.
It's still smoking.
I don't do that sort of thing in front of people. Well, yeah, I do.
Tromlin to Glorpa is like, we're buying you your own pots and pans. You are never using my
Did.
pan.
Mm,
You had your own cauldron out in the swamp. Actually, no, you should have it with you because you have that in your satchel of holding. You
Let's
actually have a
carry.
cauldron.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow,
You
that would have
could
been
used-
much less funny. So I'm glad you
Tromlin's like, you never use my things again. I
Okay.
don't like being drugged.
Did you not?
I don't want
I
to
don't
talk about it.
did.
About it.
You look a little flushed, buddy. You got a fever
Don't
or
want to talk
something?
about it.
Oh,
Don't want
okay.
to talk about it.
Pats him on the back, says you're welcome.
Part of my
It's all
question
off.
is like wondering like I feel like there's a role where any of my fantasies about any party member is the worst part.
I said close friends, and I was a little concerned.
Yeah.
I leave that to your decision, but I will point out that if that is so, there's a chance that that Sir Godfrey is aware.
Woo.
Because Sir
Good.
Godfrey
Oh,
got a look
good.
at the got a look at the
Who was
events
under there?
under that table.
All right.
Yes.
I'm gonna roll.
Sir-
I'm gonna
Sir
give myself a
Godfrey now
25
counts as part of the party as well.
If this
Oh,
was
God.
if this was
I'm gonna
called
give myself a
Cthulhu,
25% chance
Sir
that I'm
Godfrey
not
would be
in the
making a
party.
sanity check right now.
Fucking Christ!
Wow, it
Always
was
good when
Christ.
Randy makes that noise.
I rolled a 3.
Whew.
Okay,
Great.
I don't know what that means.
I
Were you
gave myself
asking me for a
25
range, or
No, I gave myself a 25% chance, and I
Ah.
rolled a 3.
you rolled a 0-3?
Yes.
Shall we randomize which party member it was, or do you
Yeah,
have
go
some in
for it.
mind?
Go for it.
Pick
Randy.
the ones that you would pick the
It's
ones that
gonna
you
be
would
me.
have in the
It's gonna
fantasy.
be fed.
Let me
We're
go-
gonna have
I'm
to
gonna-
talk.
I'm gonna message that to you. I'm gonna message.
Yeah,
that one.
message to me privately, and then we'll decide just how traumatized John will leave our
Good.
game.
Good.
I believe the expression is
So-
traumatized.
Yeah, traumatized. This is why Sir Godfrey is like, I'm going to leave the party
This is-
now, even though you've been a great
Yep.
guest. Wonderful time. I
So-
must go.
It's been
Yeah.
real. See ya.
So it's been fun, terrible
I
fun.
must preserve the remaining sand points that I have.
Let me tell you about my new line of fertilizer and also safe words. Safe words, yes.
Oh god.
Okay, so we'll message back and forth on what exactly
I'm trying
takes
to
place
find
there.
How many?
And by the way,
part
Sir
of the
Godfrey-
off limits.
Sir Godfrey does want to talk to Glorper at some point about this new line of fertilizer, having witnessed all of this.
Mhm.
Mm,
Yeah, what's going on with these vegetables? Some exciting vegetables.
Girl doesn't kiss and tell.
You totally do.
Yeah, you do. You want everyone else to kiss and tell, too. Oops. My bird's
Uh,
singing.
Right, I sent you a list, a few
Yeah, two
possibilities.
Oh, excellent. I'm going to reduce that list to only the ones that will be of knowledge to Sir Godfrey,
That removes one
because
of them.
because
Good.
there's one of them that he would not know, and I'm going to treat the fourth one there and the fifth one as a single one. So I'm going to roll a d4. I'm going to roll a d4.
What's up, buddy?
Interesting. Okay.
Oh, that's what you like to hear.
That's
Interesting.
never
It
good.
wasn't the most traumatizing option,
All right, so I'm out. That's good.
but it may have been the second most. No. So involved in this
bucket.
this melee underneath the table that you witnessed was not only Tromlin, but also actually. Do you want me to say on the stream, Randy, or do you want me to just tell John?
Just tell John and me, I think.
Okay.
Oh
That's your little
God!
And we'll see. This may be a thing that comes up in another game down the road.
I love
Good.
this. Was it Tromlin himself?
It's just two Tromlins.
Someone put that in the chat.
Yeah, and someone else put,
That's-
this sounds like an Ogloff strip. It does.
Tromlin,
Yep.
It was Tromlin, Catboy Tromlin, Centaur Tromlin, and Baby
It's Tromlins all the way down.
Yep.
Golden Age and Silver Age Tromlin.
Silver Fox Tromlin.
Hell yeah.
This has been an after-school special. The more you know.
Yeah.
Oh, Foxy Tromlin.
Drider
Remember,
Oh,
remember,
God.
love is love. That's
Until Satyr's involved, then it's probably an abomination.
Tromlin.
Oh, good. I have a message. I wonder what this could be. Ah, that's not the worst. That's fine.
Oh, oh.
Curious which one you would
So
have considered
curious.
the worst.
I think the worst for
I know which one would have been worse for him to see.
the
But-
worst for him to see. I was gonna say would have been Timothy Tomothy.
Oh, yeah.
That was the worst.
not listening. Not listening.
Yep.
Headphones are off. He's
Not
Yep.
listening.
It wasn't that one though, and I just sent you a message, John. I just sent you a message as to who it was, so you can choose your own trauma level.
So you too cannot unsee it.
I'm assuming I sent it to the right place.
like grandfunkel, like grandnephew.
Yay.
Oh,
It was not an
I think I
option, by the
sent
way.
it.
Cousin
Oh,
trauma.
that's what I was hoping.
Good, good.
I was wondering.
How?
I did not
wait,
leave
wait,
my
wait.
grandfather in that
I
list.
think
or
I
my
seem to have two versions of you, John. So I'm not sure.
Okay, no, I see it. I see it.
You do see it? Okay.
I see it. Okay.
All right.
He logged off.
Rolling for sand.
No
rolling
video.
for sand now. There we go.
That was just temporary.
This is how I
Okay,
feel
and
right
yeah. So anyway, so the day continues, and
Can Sir Godfrey
People
ever look Tromlin in the eye again?
I can never look any of you in the eye again. This is basically where we are right now, okay? Have we got this?
Welcome to the real Trash Heroes.
Trash Heroes After Dark, but the secret of Trash Heroes After Dark is that it's actually just Trash Heroes.
Yeah.
Putting the trash in
Um,
Trash Heroes.
Trash Heroes. Yeah, thank you.
Oh.
There's a lot more raccoons sifting through things after dark.
I'm
that's
going to have to
neat.
shower after
Not a
this.
lot more, just a few more. So yeah, you end up shutting down for the end of the day, end of the business day, and
Literally, Sir Godfrey is shut down.
yeah,
He's
it's
like
shutting down.
sitting there, rocking back and forth.
Just a reboot sound. Old Windows 98. Ta-da.
Timothy
I
and
don't want to
Timothy
even
like
imagine what he
fanning
saw. Yeah, there's Timothy and Timothy fanning you with like large palm leaves that you brought from home.
Mhm.
The large palm leaves which have just been attacking people shortly before this from the vegetable stand.
Oh, well, I don't know about you
I
guys,
did
but I can
attacking
use a
people.
Rocking
drink before we
back
head to
and
the inn
forth.
tonight. I know a good place near the pits if you want to go grab something.
I look at Sir Godfrey. Well, at least your day wasn't boring.
Mhm.
Rocking back and forth, blocking it out, blocking it out.
I think Ugin is right about getting that man a drink.
Like a trough to drink, like a whiskey.
Mhm.
Or can I interest you in a potion?
You're heading out of the marketplace then to go to the fighting pit bar.
So Godfrey is being led by, like, still numb to us all. Timothy and Timothy have kind of like got his coattails and are dragging him along this way. Yes.
One pushing from behind and one pulling the trunk from the front.
Basically to stop him from going back and forth and back and forth. Weebles wobble, but they don't fall down.
Ugna has no idea what happened, but she does know what can fix this.
Mhm.
How much did I make today? Like, did I do pretty well?
Yeah, you did pretty well. Your feat allows you, or your trait allows you to make a living using your skills. So you can imagine that you basically made a pretty good day's wages since you rolled very well on your craft, and you had like the biggest, sort of one of the best spots in the market to sell from.
Cool. I'm going to at least buy Sir Godfrey's first drink. I feel like I have to at this point.
Oh, before we go
Timothy
in,
and Timothy.
Oh,
Sorry.
I was gonna say before we go in, I'm gonna peek in. Is Basilisk there?
Well, before
Yeah,
you leave
yeah.
the market, I'll just say that Timothy and Timothy will pipe up, and Timothy will say, we should bring Sir Godfrey. He could use a drink. And Timothy pokes his head out from behind and says, to be precise, whew.
Well, I'm
And,
no good place to go get a drink, so come on. Let's all go down to the watering hole.
And Randy, Tromlin notices that Timothy and Timothy are also kind of giving him a bit of side eye, and you imagine that they may also have peeked under the
Look at them.
Oh.
I was drugged. I can't help what I saw.
Congratulations, boys. You're
Tim-
men now.
Timothy gives you a knowing wink.
Oh, that's
Timmy's like-
worrying, actually.
Yeah.
Okay. I don't even know what to say to that one. Like, I'm really glad now that they weren't rolled. This would have been really awkward.
Timothy's
Which
into it.
hat,
Timothy not
would
so
you
much.
ask them to wear?
That's the real question.
Which get up? Do they have the French maid?
Oh no.
They can have
no.
gimp masks.
It would basically be us reenacting the bridge we made.
Oh.
Bridge is a game of partners.
All
Why
right,
not
so
have
on
a
your
bar
way,
now?
Yep.
on your way, I'm cutting this
So
off. On
bridge
your way
bar.
to the bar,
To the bar.
Thank you.
I would like a perception roll. I think Sir Godfrey is too traumatized to make one,
Oh.
but I think everybody
Yes,
else has
agreed,
a chance.
I rolled a 19, so I have 19.
Nice.
Very good.
Perny is probably getting a little bit nervous about attention being drawn.
I'm going to give Tromlin disadvantage because of lingering effects of his hallucinations make it hard to sort of trust what you notice.
That's
Yeah,
fair.
hallucinations do make him hard.
Wow.
Still, it's a dirty 20. So
Yeah, same here.
Happy Valentine's Day,
dirty.
everybody.
11.
With the emphasis on dirty.
11, Copernicus is too preoccupied. What did Glorpa have?
Only 9.
Okay, Glorpa is not going to notice either.
Most
But
total
the rest
days.
of you, all three of the rest of you, notice that you're being followed through the streets. And it's not an easy thing to notice. So in fact, Ugna, I think you kind of vaguely get the idea that you thought you saw something, and then you shake your head. No, it can't be. No, I thought there's nobody there. You
Right.
look back, you thought you saw something moving, but then there's nobody there, and you keep moving. Another time you might do the same. But both Fetid and Tromlin hitting that 20 mark will be sufficient.
Can I like make a? I'm gonna just like signal to Tromlin that I'm gonna kind of. I want to hide in the shadow and see if I can get the drop on whoever's following us.
Sure.
I kind of do a surreptitious nod,
All right.
and I'm going to try to start looking for reflective surfaces, like windows
Yes.
or anything, to see what's behind us.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Ugna's
so
really odd that she keeps like looking back every once in a while, like
yeah,
shaking her head.
Fetid, make a stealth roll for me. Just against a passive perception. Actually, no, this isn't gonna be right. I'll roll for it.
Only a 16.
You still have me beat. So you step into the shadows. You sort of like wait until a good point where you're kind of turning a bit of a corner, so that you can convincingly disappear from view without obviously being seen running off into a side street. Tromlin, you spot some windows, some shiny metal plaque on a side of a building, but you can't see any people, any figures in the street behind you, or you do, but they're like far behind and they're not necessarily close enough to be suspicious.
Mm-hmm.
But you do notice something floating in the air at one point, like it's like something small, like it might have been something metallic. It might have been like a knife or a coin or something, just floating in the air like magically. But you don't get sight of anybody back there, or at least if there was somebody following you, they're very good at slipping back into the crowd. But Fetid, you slip aside and wait for whoever it is to come along after the group as they continue moving. And so you're clearly able to see as kind of a shimmering light goes by with a bunch of suspended random junk floating in it. And you are very familiar with these creatures because this is one of your specialties, is knowledge of these kinds of beings. This is a gelatinous cube.
Oh, good.
No.
Oozes being one of your favorite game types. You also notice that in addition to some floating coins and like the remains of a dissolved knife that's just a hilt, and some other some bits of wood and leaves that are disintegrating inside the gelatinous cube as it moves along and picks up other debris. You'll notice that near the front of this gelatinous cube, kind of like floating on the front of it, a little bit askew, is a huge bow tie. And askew in the opposite direction, a pair of broken glasses that have been held together with some sort of adhesive.
Okay. Just want to do a quick Google real quick before I make a decision.
What do you want to know? I might be able to help.
Yeah, I want to cast Fairy Fire on this cube.
You certainly can. So you throw the fairy fire on it. I don't think it gets a saving throw even. Pretty sure. I'm just pulling up my spell description. No. Oh yeah, it's a dexterity saving throw, but it's not going to be very good at that.
It's a cube.
Being a cube.
Yeah, in fact, it is a -4. So I'll make a roll. You never know. I rolled a 6, so that's a 2.
Nice.
No, it does not dodge. So you kind of step out of the shadows and point with a hand, and it is outlined in a flickering fairy luminescence. And you all now can see a short ways behind you.
I'm just imagining your fairy fire is just more bugs. They're just glowing.
10-foot cube.
Lightning bugs.
Yeah.
By the way, I love the fact that the literal description in Fairy Fire is each object in a 20-foot cube.
Well, this 10-foot cube fits within a 20-foot cube.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
It's perfect. It's like some real beautiful poetry going on there. Murderous
geometry,
poetry.
at least. Anyway.
So did Mickey Cotter have a bow tie and glasses held together with tape?
No, he had big, thick glasses, but they were like in decent shape. These don't even have. Although you can't see them from where you are, but Fetid can see. These are broken. They're actually missing an arm.
Okay.
You've seen.
And I don't think I said Mickey Cotter had a bow tie either because he was wearing wizard robes.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, right.
Oh, I think I said he had a tie because it was like a cross between
like a Gryffindor tie.
Harry Potter school uniform,
Yeah.
but not a bow tie. It would have been
Right.
like
The
a
broken
school
glasses
tie.
with the tape is what I was trying to. Okay.
Yep.
All right.
All right. Well, we got a cube.
Let's destroy a cube.
It's kind of slurping, continuing. It's ignoring the glow and slurping in the general direction of the rest of the party.
Well, the good news is now all of our attacks have advantage on it. So,
do we assume that I now notice in the reflections a
Yeah,
glowing?
yeah. The fact that it's outlined with fairy fire makes it no longer hard to see.
All right, everybody. We have a friend we need to kill.
cube.
Oh, goody.
All cubes
Oh.
bad?
They're unintelligent murder machines.
Oh, okay. I just wanted to make sure.
As opposed to other in this party?
Intelligent
Intelligent murder machines.
Mhm.
Okay.
One other thing that you notice, Fetid, being up close, is that towards the front of this gelatinous cube, it has floating in there kind of like damaged but possibly made of some kind of like dragon hide or something because it's not disintegrating even though it's a book. Is a book that clearly has written in common across the front of it autographs.
Oh no, it's a fan.
Oh, fan cube.
Do I notice the autograph book?
If you get closer, you will.
Oh. Oh.
I'm like, whoa.
Well, wait.
What's that cube for? Where'd it come from?
So cubes
Gelatinous
are.
cube
they're-
says. Blah, 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 blah.
Does anybody speak cube?
Ugner
I will
like
begin
makes
the
herself into the
10-minute
shape of a
ritual.
cube.
I'm going to begin my 10-minute ritual to cast comprehend languages. See how far we get.
I mean, it might take you
Pretty
that
sure
long
that's
to get
for
to us.
written. I'm pretty sure that's for written languages.
I think it's spoken. I think it says spoken.
Any spoken language.
Oh, it is? Okay.
Understand a literal, any spoken language.
Does that
you
count
hear.
as spoken?
Or do we know if cubes are sentient or if this is just like a homing missile somebody has sent after us? Or
You actually,
yeah, like could I make
do
a nature
believe-
check or something?
yeah, because
Well,
How
I'm
does
not
what
good
does
at
it
nature,
say?
but somebody who
yeah,
knows.
monstrosities and oozes are your favorite enemies, which means you get advantage on rolls to know things
Ah.
about them. So you can roll nature with advantage.
Can I
Okay.
do nature or arcana?
See how we do. That's a
Yeah.
9.
Arcana might be appropriate here for you, actually.
Cool, 15. So 17 then.
Yeah, generally speaking, these things aren't intelligent at all. Like they just move through they're basically big dungeon cleaning machines
Roomba.
that wizards conjure with magic to like move through a dungeon and dissolve all the junk, including creatures. They're
What is
often used to like get rid of quaggle colonies and things like that because they just go through and dissolve everybody or everything that's in the tunnels, which is why they're 10 foot by 10 foot, because that's the standard map grid.
So this
Metrics.
thing probably killed one of Ugna's fans.
Oh
Maybe.
yeah, I hadn't
Maybe.
thought
Oh,
about that.
no.
That makes a lot more
Copernicus,
sense.
what do you got?
I got a natural 2, so that makes a 12.
That is insufficient.
All right,
But I think I might let you roll with. I think I'm going to let you roll with advantage as well.
Is Sir Godfrey coming to his senses at this point?
Oh, sure.
A
Oh,
4
excellent.
makes it a 14.
Nice.
I've had one roll higher than 10 so far this
no.
session, and it was an 11.
I will give you with a 14 that you would not remotely be surprised if a given wizard were to modify the magic of creating a gelatinous cube.
Okay,
Is this Arcana now?
I went very quickly from, oh, maybe it's just a fan, to, oh, it dissolved someone, we need to kill this thing. I don't know
John,
if
what was
everybody
that?
else is on the same page.
Is this an Arcana roll we've been making here?
Yeah, you can make an Arcana
I
roll on
was-
this.
Okay. 23.
Nice.
Yeah, 23. You've definitely heard you specifically make deals with weird wizards all the time. You like that's where you got your animated caravan. You've definitely heard of a wizard who likes to make to put intelligent minds into his golems and other creations. So you would be surprised. Like you'd need evidence, but you wouldn't be too surprised if this thing was in fact intelligent.
Mm.
You just need some evidence thereof.
I gesture to Timothy and Tomothy not to go into their usual taekwondo, kung fu, awesome monk moves that they would do at this point. And I've got empathic. Is that going to help in any way?
Oh, your empathic
Yes.
feat?
Yes, my feet.
You can, in fact, roll for an uncanny insight
Awesome.
and see what you can learn about the motives of this
Does this cube have
clear
murderous
cube of
intent?
jelly.
Whoa. Okay. Hold on a second. This could get actually fun.
Gotta know your customers, and sometimes your customers are 10 by 10 squares.
23.
Material 23. Okay.
Yes.
You actually think from the way that the bow tie and glasses and book are holding position within the gelatinous cube that there is some deliberateness there. And you can tell by its imperceptible little subtleties in its movement that it's actually moving directly towards Ugna.
It is a fan.
And in fact, as it moves a little closer towards Ugna, because it's moving at like 10 feet speed, the book will actually start to open to a blank page.
Oh.
Oh, as soon as I see that it says autographs, my pen comes out again. Or it's like, shing.
Okay, I'm gonna keep my bow trained on it, I guess. I'm not sure how much good an arrow is gonna do to a cube, but
hey friend,
you would
are
be
here to see
pretty
the
familiar
Bone
with
Crusher?
killing these things.
Do you want me to sign that?
Doesn't say anything. It's a gelatinous cube.
Yeah.
Just wait 9 minutes and 54 seconds longer.
All right.
It's almost ready.
Do we have does anyone have like a velvet rope we can set up?
I've probably got one back at the caravan.
It will get dissolved.
For a
Yeah.
reasonable
It comes
price.
down to it.
I mean, as soon as any autograph stuff comes close enough to me, I'm signing it.
Yeah, that's fair.
Okay, so I'm going to consider this then. With you're within 5 feet of the cube, you can take an action to pull a creature or object out of the cube. This is a successful DC 12 strength check.
Oh god, I hope you can make that.
Well, I rolled an 11, and my strength is
definitely
20.
And
So
Yeah,
since
you're
you've got a -5, so yeah, you easily
It's a
make your strength
16.
check.
Yep.
You do take 10 acid
That's
damage
Fine.
from pulling a thing out of from plunging your hands into the gelatinous cube. You pull, out comes the with the Wellington boot in the mud noise. Out comes the autograph book. There's a blank page, all pristine, other than the slime, and ready. Clearly, this book has some kind of quality that's preventing it from getting dissolved. And you scribble your always happy to meet a fan, Bone Crusher.
Yep. And I'll like insert it back in, but then also pat him on the
Yep.
head.
Blurp, blurp.
Lord
Blump,
Burns.
You take like another 5 damage
Yep.
from like patting it on the head.
Hold
Sensing
on.
an opportunity, Sir Godfrey passes a last in line sign to just like a random passerby.
I cast Cure Wounds on
Mm,
On
Ugna.
Ugna.
Yeah.
Excellent.
Yeah, you kind of have to.
Yeah.
So
She doesn't
having
seem to have
signed this
noticed.
for your fan, are you guys going to head on your way?
Yes.
Gotta go get
Okay.
a drink.
I'm
The
gonna
cube
I'm
can,
gonna look very suspiciously at the cube before I leave.
the cube will continue to follow, but it's much slower than you. So you
Mm,
carry on.
I cure Ugna for 17 points.
Oh, nice.
Excellent.
I'm back.
So
to
that's all the damage you took.
full.
So you're back.
You've been decubed.
Yep. Ugna doesn't seem to notice the pain, but you like notice there's like blisters up her arm, and you're just like, let me deal with that.
Hun, you gotta be careful what you touch.
He was a nice guy. He just wanted my
Look
signature.
who's talking.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
Look, all I touched today was myself.
Them?
I
Them.
said
They
what,
were nice.
not who.
They were a nice cube.
Nice cube.
So you make your way to this bar. This is the one of the few places in Ravenfall that Ugna you've been before. Tromlin as well. The one time you came here with Ugna, this is where you stayed.
Cool.
But of course, you were only there for the day, as Ugna had a bout. And you stayed at the bar and worked. But yeah, you go into this place. It's buzzing.
Before we
And
go
as
in,
you open the, oh yeah,
I was
okay.
gonna say before we go in, Ugna stops and like pulls Tromlin aside for a second. He's like, "How's my hair? Is it looking good? Is this my good shirt?
You have a crush, don't you?
No, definitely not.
What do I need to roll to make Ugna look her best?
You don't have to roll. You're good at this.
Come on, look at
All
her.
right,
Ugna like puts some of the slime from the gelatinous cube in her hair and
comb it back.
Yeah.
gels it.
I
Give
pull
me like
up
the little
some
spit
makeup.
shine. Get some of the slime off of me.
Yeah. I perfume her a little bit. All right, you're ready.
Okay. Cool. Then we
You
go in.
open the door and walk in, and the entire room just immediately silence, and everyone is turned to stare at you.
Hi, everybody. Bone Crusher's here.
Just like Jaws. This is, of course, like predominantly a fan bar. So everyone here was clearly just talking about the fact that the Bone Crusher has been seen in the marketplace. And there's just a stunned silence throughout the room. Except for the staff who just continue, like, the bartender's just still
I'm giving
Same
like
shit
jar.
I'm
every
giving like
day.
finger guns and waving, and I head straight to the bar and like put my elbow on the bar. Round of drinks for my friends.
I would like some perception rolls for everyone else other than Ugna,
I'm
who
not
is
noticing
clearly
anything.
in her element.
Ooh, I rolled
23.
Whew.
Good.
That is the third 23 you've
My
rolled
goodness.
in a row.
Yeah, 17
God.
plus 6.
Whew.
24
It's different
here.
rolls.
You're
They
not
just all
playing
added up.
Munchkin, so you can roll tonight.
Am I
The
still
one game that
disadvantaged?
John can never win.
Am I still at disadvantage?
What's that?
Am I still at disadvantage?
No, I think it's been long enough now that you're not as messed up with the. Plus, this is like noticing people, which is
Right.
kind of your thing.
Gotcha. 15. So
16.
15, 16,
16.
16,
24.
24, and 23. Okay, so
Oh, nice.
the 15s and 16s will generally notice, like, I mean, it's impossible not to notice that everyone like was like shocked and looking at Ugna, not the rest of you, not the giant white elephant, not the various strange scruffy creatures, but absolutely 100% attention on Ugna. But also, those of you with 15s and 16s will notice that immediately after like the pause of shock as Ugna goes up to the bar, everyone turns back to like sudden, like, it's like the whole room just erupts into Asterix style rhubarb, as everybody is whispering. For Sir Godfrey and Fetid, with your higher rolls, you will notice that there are a couple of individuals in here, particularly one specific table and a pair at the far end of the bar who look very upset, not just like everyone else, shocked and then buzzing about Ugna's entrance, but suspicious and angry.
Mhm.
Those are the ones we gotta kill.
Yeah, I'm gonna do my new go-to tactic whenever I notice something that Tromlin doesn't is I'm going to nudge Tromlin and make him aware of it because he's much better at the diplomacy stuff than I am, as we have learned.
You're good at noticing the shit, and he's good at knowing what to do about it.
Yeah, exactly.
You're a good team.
I look over. I assume I see these guys looking pissed off.
Yeah, and from your perspective, first of all, one of them you recognize.
Oh,
You don't remember anything specific about him. He is a burly-looking tabaxi,
mhm.
that like a muscular tabaxi that you think you remember seeing here before when you were here the one time with Ugna. You don't really know anything more about him, but you recognize him. And he's sitting at the table of 4
Mhm.
that are all looking quite suspiciously and whispering to each other and generally looking upset about Ugna being here. The other 2 at the end of the bar, you don't recognize.
I just realized something. I'm going to pull Ugna aside and say, I just realized a problem.
What?
If anyone sees you interacting with your friend, they're going to assume that you're going to put a fix on her fight.
Oh. Oh, maybe I shouldn't talk to her then?
If you want to send a message, we can maybe send a message to her, but maybe being seen directly with
We'll say
her.
she is not currently present.
Yeah,
I'm
Oh.
assuming you're talking about Basilisk.
yeah.
I was kind of hoping to
saying-
talk to her, but I mean, that's okay. We don't have to.
Maybe after the fight.
Yeah, that'd be better. I can congratulate her. She'll definitely win.
Yes. Do you know where she is? We can send a message to her or something if you like.
I mean, I don't know where her house is, but I know people who know her, so I could probably get a message there.
Just to Fetid and Sir Godfrey, when that conversation is happening between Ugna and Tromlin, when Ugna says brightly, "Yeah, because she's going to win," the people nearby just redouble
Oh,
the
no.
buzzing.
You mean you hope you believe in her because she's your friend?
No, totally,
and
yeah.
you have fought with her. You have fought with both of them.
Oh
Yeah.
boy, we're digging this hole deeper,
I mean, I've
boys.
never been able to beat her, so like she's a really good fighter. Not that Thunderfist isn't a good fighter too. He's the best,
Now,
but like also
one
Basilisk
day
is the
in
best.
the
They're
distant future,
both the
in the
best.
very, very distant future, you will share a ring with them. Not on this trip, though.
No, this is definitely not. This is just I'm just hanging out. I'm here for drinks.
So Godfrey
want-
senses an opportunity and is going around peddling licensed Ugna merchandise at 50%
Damn it.
off.
Timothy and Timothy have been working on it the entire way
Yeah.
here.
They've been working
Oh, no,
very
Timothy and
hard on this.
Timothy immediately outcome the shoulder strap boxes,
Yes, exactly.
cigarette seller boxes, and they start working the crowd. They know what to do.
Mhm.
They switch again. Hats, bowlers go away. Little pill boxes come out.
Yes, yes.
Little pink mohawks.
Oh, nice.
The very obvious ones,
Yes.
with the,
Like
the sort of flesh
foam.
covering.
yeah.
Oh, right.
Yes.
The big hand.
Yes. Oh, yes. The foam number 1.
Yeah, foam number 1, I
Actually, for Ugna, it's like now they changed it to number 2, but it's okay
I
because
mean,
they are.
Yeah, rapidly.
Yes. Adding fingers as they go.
It's still the same shape, but they changed the text so it's like Ugna or Bone Crusher number 1 when it is an actual bout that Bone Crusher is contracted
but
to
I'm
do
not
and
here
not
for that.
not someone
Yes.
else's battle.
No.
Exactly. Exactly.
Trixie, blah blah blah. What am I saying? So tired. I look at Ugna like, do you want me to try to calm people down and make them realize you're not going to be in the fight tomorrow?
I should probably shut my mouth. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything.
All
I'm
right.
just going to drink a beer.
Can I attempt to basically like
Shut her mouth because she's got to give something
Oh.
away. Yeah, it's
performance
I'm
check?
right. I told you.
I try to do like a performance to like, look, we are just passing through town. Ugna is
You
not
can
here.
attempt to spread rumors. You can attempt to
Is
see what you can put
there-
out there.
Are these groups? There. You said there were a couple of groups of tables who were like more agitated than the others.
That looked
Because
looked angry or upset.
I've got calm emotions, which will affect humanoids in a 20-foot radius. Can I
Yeah.
get most of these folks?
You
in
can get
here?
one of the two groups. You can get the group of 4 at the one table, or the pair at the end of the bar. They're kind
I
of
can get
opposite
the other
ends of the
group,
room.
whichever one you don't get.
Which look like they have the most disposable income.
I mean, one is a larger group, so
Okay.
that's just basic math.
I will go for the larger group. Yes,
Excellent.
it's
will
a
attempt.
charisma saving throw. Oh.
Yep.
Sorry, who?
No, you're fine. You're fine. I'm going to do the same thing, but I'm going to try to do it while I'm giving a speech to calm people. Like, look, Bone Crusher is here in town. For unrelated reasons, we're just passing through. She will not be part of the fight tomorrow. She has not been invited to be, and she feels it would be disrespectful to both combatants to interfere.
Roll me a persuasion check. I'm just going to see how the thing here is. Some of these people are going to be convinced by you. Some of them are going to be even further entrenched in their opinions because you tried to convince them.
I know.
But this is going to give me an overall sort of feeling where you're at.
I
Sir
gotta-
Godfrey, you hit
What
3
in
of the
the
4
last-
of them.
What in the last 2 years could make you think people would be more entrenched in their opinions? If we
Uh,
went
You
to
try to
convince them
persuade them
logically.
otherwise.
I rolled a 17, so that's a 27.
That's very, very
Holy
good.
crap.
Yeah, you're definitely having an impact. People that you talk to, you have to do this like not really with a big speech. It's because the sort of thing where you got to work the room. So you start
Yeah.
going around, you get a drink. Once the buzz is going, you get a drink. You start mingling, going up to tables and saying, hey, what do you think about this fight? And when they were like, wow, the Bone Crusher here, you're like, yeah, but she's passing through. She's not even going to be here for the fight, or if she is, she's just going to be like in the audience, like.
Yeah.
Why would that change it? You try and plant those bits of rumors,
Yeah.
and you
I
can
will
tell
also attempt calm emotions because I also have that spell. So
for sure. You can use that as well. Fetid, you notice. I'm just going to kind of hang on to your roll, which was very high. You'll notice throughout the night as this is carrying on, through the window, you'll see the gelatinous cube just kind of sitting outside looking through the window, looking
the barnacle.
through the
Those
window. The
glasses
glasses are there
floating.
anyway. No, I can reveal that the chat voted for the nature of Ugna's stalker fan, and they selected a nerdy gelatinous cube
Oh, good.
Oh, it's very good.
from the list.
Solid.
That could have been worse. I'm not gonna lie.
That's
That
true.
could
I
have been
mean,
way worse.
they could have chosen the Goth Beholder.
At least we could have talked to the Goth Beholder.
The cube is very good.
Hey,
True.
I can talk to the cube. I just need 5 more minutes.
I mean,
The Goth Beholder.
the group of
Susie
elven
View.
paparazzi, so that could
Oh,
have been
no.
that could have been
Oh,
worse.
that would have been a fight.
That would have been bad. Oh, that would have been so bad.
We're the good guys if we
Hey.
throw the paparazzi out of
Boys.
Yes.
town, right?
Man, I should have had a fourth option for Tabaxi Catgirls,
Oh my god.
Mm.
just for Randy.
Oh, is the hey, Sir Godfrey.
Hmm.
Is that
Bruh.
jacket done?
It is.
Is it?
It is.
Oh,
It's a little bit large because there is so
well,
many
I mean, it needs to be.
rhinestones needed in the inscription. But
I don't exactly
Here-
fit a
it-
small, so
it is built for the full-figured pit fighter.
oh, good,
Yes.
good.
Yes.
Maybe that's I'm working for you, right? Yes. Yeah.
This is hopefully so.
So
But
I'll,
yes.
well, put it on. I want to show it
Excellent.
off.
Timothy will produce it and
Yeah.
say it's all prepared, sir. And Timothy will peek out from behind and go, to be precise, it's all ready.
And they will come
Shrug
along,
into it.
each with an arm, putting it on you.
Excellent.
You may
So
have
they
to
try,
like
but they can't come close to reaching.
No.
Yeah, they
Well-
put like a chair on top of another chair on either side of you, and they climb up, and like they sort of get it partly on, and then you shrug into it, and all the chairs fall over, and they all just go flying off screen, and you
very
you
brief
get in.
aside, very brief aside, but at some point I saw like there's just a recording of the London cast of Hamilton doing the opening number, and the actor playing Hamilton is so tall, and the actress playing Eliza is so short. And there's a scene in the opening number where she has to put his coat on him because then he goes out into the world. And when they do it, you can kind of see he kind of has to like go down a little bit. She has to like really reach up, and it's
I
just really
saw
cute.
I saw that production, and
Yeah.
it is so like there's the one scene where he's there writing at night, and she's standing beside him, and they're at eye level at that point. And they're
That's just good
wonderful
blocking.
actors. It was a terrific show.
so good,
but
yeah.
Theater.
oh my gosh, the difference in height was incredible. I was very fortunate to see that production.
Excellent.
Also, the person who played King George in that production, the original London cast, plays the pilot of Kylo Ren's some whatever it is, the giant ship at the end of
I'm
The
trying to
Last
remember the
Jedi.
actor's name.
Cool.
The
Yeah,
Last
I
Jedi.
can't remember.
And he's only got like one line. It's like, I think we got them, sir, or something like that.
Yeah.
And we were flying back across the Atlantic, and my wife was watching that on the little tiny screen. And my wife, not I, said, "Oh my God, it's King George." It's like she totally outgeeked me on that point. It was amazing. I loved it. But anyway, sorry, apologies.
That's Michael Gibson, right?
Yes, that's it. That's it.
I knew that. I was like, I know this, and I can't remember the actor's name.
Yes.
I went and looked it
All
up.
British actors play in everything eventually. He was probably in Harry Potter.
Let's-
He was probably in Sherlock. He was probably in.
I don't think there
10
are any British
actors.
actors left who
At least
weren't in the
five.
Harry Potter movie.
There are 10 British actors total, and they've been in everything.
All of them are
Sorry.
Maggie Smith.
I'm gonna do my brief derail story, which is for if anyone hasn't seen Graham Norton's show in the last
Good.
few weeks. He had Miriam Margolyes on, who, as people know, is like just a
She's
ridiculous
the best.
person. And she told a story about being in a movie, in a Scorsese movie, where things were slow and people were bored and on the cast and crew and stuff was taking forever. So she flashed everyone because that's the sort of thing that Miriam Margolyes does. And Stephen Fry, who was on the same panel, the same group on the show, told a story of saying, "Oh, I've seen your breasts because we were on a film together and you got stung on one of them by a bee." And you came running around and said, look at this to everybody. And I said to the director, and I forget the director's name, I said to the director, "Did you see Miriam Margolyes' breasts?" And he said, "No, but I heard them hit the ground."
Cool.
Wow.
Oof.
Wonderful.
Jeez.
Wonderful. I mean,
Witty,
Miriam
wild,
Margolyes
very
is
witty.
like nearly 80.
Still, yeah.
It was part of the joke. She thought it was funny,
She
That's
was.
all that matters.
She is
That's the
great.
important part.
and that's all that matters.
She's great.
Anyway, so you're whiling away this evening, having some drinks
We're
in a
getting
very buzzing
Sir Godfrey
bar.
drunk.
Yeah, you quickly learn that the big match is like tomorrow.
Oof.
Dwayne Thunderfist, the great champion of the Dwarfhold, is making the trip from Rockspire, which Ugna, is an incredibly rare thing for the dwarves to come out to do a match. It's always a home event for them, but
Never
for
fought
whatever
him before,
reason,
right? Because I've never
you
been out there.
you've never fought him, but you've
Yeah.
seen him fight.
Yeah,
You've been
he's
you've
amazing.
been to Rockspire once and you got to see
He is amazing.
Dwayne Thunderfist fight, and you were super stoked by it. He's undefeated.
Dwayne.
The Rock.
Thunderfist of the
Dwayne.
Rockspire.
Dwayne,
Thunderspire.
yeah, like
Yeah.
like a dwarf name, Dwayne Thunderfist.
The Rock.
Oh,
Thunderfist.
and
The Rock.
and some people do in fact call him Dwayne the Rock Thunderfist.
Can you smell what Dwayne is cooking?
Unfortunately,
Can you smell what the dwarves are cooking? Is what they often say. Yeah, so
Oh God, I have to draw him now.
a contingent of dwarves from Rockspire are supposed to arrive tomorrow, and this once in a century fight between the local hometown hero Basilisk, who's incredibly popular but also not undefeated but very good, has beaten the likes of the Bone Crusher and others in her own home turf, is going to be taking on Thunderfist. So people are very excited about this fight, and therefore very suspicious about the sudden appearance of the Bone Crusher the very eve of the big fight. You, however, seem to be successfully changing some minds. You're not going to get to everybody, but I'm taking your role to affect the betting effectively. People who are trying to drum up, because there's definitely some hucksters out here trying to drum up. You want to take a bet that Basilisk is going to win now because Bone Crusher's in town.
If
Maybe there's going to be something's going to happen.
if that's
And
set in front of me, I want to say, I'll take a bet that Bone Crusher will snap you in half if she hears you talking like this.
You'll shut down many a conversation of that matter, of that nature.
Oh wow. Yeah, eyebrows.
That's the
Perfect.
dwarven people's eyebrow.
oh my
Hell
god,
yes.
I love it.
Dwayne
The eyebrow of the
Rock.
dwarves. Yes. So, and yeah, what are you guys going to do for the rest of the night here? You're having a few drinks, you're having some fun. Glorpa, there's a few people who get quite a few drinks in them and are
Little attractive.
not disgusted by your presence.
This is the reason I love bars so much. Brings them all down to my level.
Oh,
Oh,
Made me
Hey, I'll take what
sad.
I can get. Oh, she's so happy about it though. She's
Oh,
there.
I'm
He's
just
there to
glad
help.
to be noticed.
Perny might do a bit of gathering information just on the current disposition of the Countess Nightshade, just out of curiosity.
mhm.
Sure. The attitude towards the Countess is very. I think a good analogy here is think about the way people, often Canadians, for example, feel about the weather. Different parts of the states, people feel about flooding or about the cold in the Midwest and so on, because she has been the lady of Ravenfall for most people's entire lifetimes. So it's not, when it's very much like how a lot of British people feel about the Queen as just synonymous with the crown. Like it's just that's that thing.
Mhm.
It's always been the same person, and it always will be. Sort of a certain, but imagine if there was no, the Queen's getting older, and what's going to happen with succession? If just everyone is like, right, Countess Nightshade, that's forever. So there isn't really a lot of talk about her, current disposition or everything. The thing that people talk about is Baron Jeffrey, right? Or Gregory, sorry. tipping my hand about where I'm stealing from. Although I think it was fairly obvious.
Yeah.
Gregory Langarian, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Gregory
yeah.
Langarian.
Also, I'm just gonna sneak some
send his
inspirations
regards.
onto everybody.
Oh, did we just tip over?
Oh, we tipped
Yay.
over.
Thank you very much,
Thank
audience. Thank you, Probable Futures, and whoever else was tipping
Ding.
or cheering for our heroes, our improbable heroes.
What's the news of this Gregory Langarian?
Basically, he's a dick. Like he's kind of unstable,
Dick, man.
and
he-
he's
he's a-
really expects everything to be exactly the way he wants it. Period. And he
So he's a
throws around.
royal, you say?
He's just a consort. Like he's not. He's a baron of his own right, like just of his own rank and stature of the house Langarian. But he is the consort of the countess. He's not officially the count or anything like that. But he throws around his authority that doesn't really exist, and is, like there are merchants who've been run out of town because they crossed him, and so yeah, people don't like him, but no one's gonna overly risk pissing off the countess. So basically, yeah, they say that at court people just despise him, but there's not much. They don't want to say anything or do anything other than sort of like work against him. And there's a bit of a subtle kind of war there between the rest of the nobles of the Ravenfall, trying to sort of like mitigate what he can do, as he sort of pulls his closeness with the Countess to have the guards do what he wants them to, and so on.
Okay. And
It's not-
how have I been back here since I was here that time?
Yes, like you've been like that. That particular time was just one snapshot way back.
Yeah.
And that was when Barb was still alive, or if Barb was ever alive. But it was when Barb was with you.
The
the
note
one-
I have is about a different thing.
Oh.
Right. That was more recently, and that probably was the last time you were here.
How is Barb dealing with being here then? I would like to spend some time checking in with Barb.
Barb, understandably, is not a huge fan of the Countess, as you may have surmised. But generally, Barb's above that sort of thing. Not particularly, concerned about the particular location. More concerned about, the flesh and souls of the living, and other such things as you might be compelled to produce. You kind of got a lot of leeway right now with the bucket, because you managed to perform the task from the bucket list. As you will recall, you managed to consume the heart of a dragon, which was something that had been on that list for a while.
Cool. We're cool then.
Yeah,
Everything's cool.
things are cool right now.
And you had a nice
Things are
date
pretty cool.
the other
Yeah.
night. That was nice.
The compulsions are at an ebb.
Cool.
For
No one
now.
has to worry about anything that I just asked about.
No.
Certainly
None
will
of
not
this
come
is
to bear.
particularly relevant. Yeah, none of this is particularly relevant to anybody else's situation.
Safety in this city.
You're
Yeah.
not related to Gregory, are you?
It's fine.
Okay, good.
No, but you probably, keep in mind, if you wish to, you have the trait that you can pull out if you want to look into your local family.
Actually, yeah. I'll see who from the tree has a root here.
I'm going to look up a couple things. So this is a good time for folks to mingle and describe how their evening in the Buzzing Bar goes. I will just quickly, to continue to set things, Tromlin's been calming down a lot of the speculation, and Sir Godfrey did a calm emotions on the table of pit fighters. Ugna, you do speak with some of them once the calmed emotions have happened, and you do get into a conversation where you're trying to convince, or that you're sort of saying, no one asked me to come here. I just was passing through. I didn't even
I'm
know
working
this
for
fight
this
was
guy now, and I
happening.
like point over at Sir Godfrey. And be like, yeah, he's coming through here. So yeah, I got his jacket on.
Yeah, that'll definitely lead to some people being like, "Oh, a sponsorship deal." Oh, and then you'll start talking shop.
Yeah.
The pair that were at the
I'm
bar.
selling little Ugna pennants at the moment,
Nice.
like going table to table.
You quickly realize that when you hear about the big fight,
Oh
you
yeah.
realize
There's
that like
money.
probably the big money to make here is going to be selling Basilisk and Thunderfist stuff, because that's the fight that's happening tomorrow.
Big phone.
By the
fist.
way, I just want to point out that in my entire life, I've never sounded more Wisconsin than when I just said, "Oh yeah,
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
oh yeah, oh yeah."
So you get
I
them to start like
disagree.
taking the fingers off of the Ugna thing, so it's just a fist.
Fist, yeah.
Paint them gray.
Anybody's
Thunderfist to
fist.
quickly paint it like rock gray.
Yeah.
Like Timothy and Timothy are just like busily working under a table making merch for the Thunderfist, and
Yeah, they're like doing this sort of whiteout with the Ugna and over it, trying to go basilisk on it, and
well, they're
just-
better than that. They're professionals.
They are
They'll be some
absolutely
good looking stuff.
So it's
I
Bone
was going to
Making
say,
their own
and
merchandise.
keep that.
Yeah.
I was going to say though, I disagree, John, only because you're forgetting that time that Alina and I visited you in
Oh
Madison,
god,
and you took us for deep fried cheese curds,
That was pretty good.
yes.
That was really good.
and telling us
well-
we had to have these deep fried cheese curds was
Okay.
a very Wisconsin thing.
that is going native, but the actual verbalization of
Oh, yeah.
is like
Oh, yeah.
very
Yep.
that's a whole different level.
Just
Like,
oh
I-
yeah,
I will-
cheese curds.
Next
I'll
thing
be
you
right back,
next thing-
guys. I hear
oh,
my child. I'll be right
Oh,
back.
no.
On.
okay. But yeah, I could take you on a cheese curd crawl next time, my friend, and it would be pretty awesome.
You just said cheese curd crawl
Hell
and
yes.
oh yeah in the same
yeah.
conversation.
Yes, but the difference was the cheese curd crawl is a little slice of deliciousness. The oh yeah is like along the lines of oh yeah, that Brett Favre, he's got an arm like a fucking cannon. It's a very different thing. Very different thing. To my mind anyway.
I'm going to leave you guys chatting in the bar. The last thing I was going to throw out there is that Fetid will keep, every time you glance out the window, that gelatinous cube is still there staring in the window. And you guys can carry on and discuss amongst yourselves for a minute while I look up some interesting tidbits for Copernicus.
So once I've calmed down things with the pit fighters and have finished talking shop, my next task is to try and get Sir Godfrey appropriately relaxed for the evening. I.e., see if
Sir
I can
Godfrey
get
is-
this Loxodon drunk.
Sir Godfrey, okay, a Loxodon never forgets how many drinks it takes to get him drunk. But Sir Godfrey has had such a fantastic, the last few days have just been wonderful for Sir Godfrey, and everything has been just mind blowing, and literally the ears come out when he says mind blowing, and he is very much like he's selling pennants all over the place. There are little. The foam number 1s, number 2s, and even the number 3s are going, all over. So he's extraordinarily happy. This is out, very much out of his normal realm, and he is loving every minute of this. It's like Sir Godfrey is in the sporting world now, and he is a sponsor, and he is just absolutely enraptured with this entire thing. He is going around, giving little tchotchkes, trinkets, everything all over the place. This is fantastic for Sir Godfrey.
And Sir Godfrey,
Hmm.
with your inns with the merchants, do you
Hmm.
happen to hold any concession rights to the Erie? If, say, someone were to have delicious baked goods that a riled up crowd would want to eat, would you perhaps be able to get him a little spot?
I believe, yes, I believe I do have friends in some of these places who are very keen on deliciousness and such like, and I know merchants of all sorts, and the people who will be regulating such merchants and who are in charge of the distribution of such merchants and merchandise. So yes, I do believe that this is, he said quickly, looking up his character sheet, but he's pretty sure supply chain. Supply chain can use your connections in any town, city to get materials, goods, information about roads, local markets, etc. Yes, I can.
Well, I would count it a personal favor if perhaps we could get Tromlin a prime spot at the fight. I think he could turn quite a pretty penny.
Sir Godfrey would delights in that idea because
Am I being
he's
put on the street? What's going on? I came back to.
Yeah, we're turning you out, buddy. Sorry.
You're selling your body.
You and your
But we're
sweet,
calling 'em
sweet
baked
pastries.
I'm sure
Yeah.
Tromlin has been a professional consort before.
Mm.
At least from what I saw that night, yes.
That was
Ah,
hobby. That was hobby, not professional.
Did grow up in a brothel though, so
Yes, I did grow up in a brothel, so you know.
My
Yeah.
grand nugget. Would you be interested if Sir Godfrey here were able to secure you some concession rights to the Erie for tomorrow's fight?
Of course, yes, absolutely.
I think you could probably do some basilisk cookies and some thunder fist bites.
Thunder
and,
muffins.
thunder muffins. I think I think it could go. quite
My
well.
connections absolutely could certainly do this. Yes, and for just let's say 5% of the profits, I believe this is an extraordinarily reasonable business arrangement.
Fair enough.
Excellent. Sir Godfrey does a little skip on the fair enough, and if you've ever seen an elephant skip, you
I
will
was gonna
know
say, that's
just how
impressive.
rare this.
Everyone sort of like everyone's
Whoa.
drinks kind of does that little thing
Yeah.
from Jurassic Park. Whoa.
Yes. Clever
It's,
girl.
I'm of course not very tired and wired. I don't expect I'm going to sleep very much tonight, Tromlin. But if you have a list of supplies you need, perhaps I could go rooting around and make sure that you have everything you need tomorrow for a big day.
Or possibly we have some in the caravan as well.
Ooh,
Ah,
oh. Well then, perfect.
maybe some new pots and pans that do not, in fact, glow blue.
not gonna make any
As-
special soup out of that. But okay.
It's a beginning.
Yes, if I can start working on like sort of goods tonight to sell.
So Godfrey begins thinking of franchising opportunities.
Oh, can I pitch you a name?
Yes,
Here we go.
please.
All right.
The little gold pieces signs light up.
It's Tromlin's tummy rubbin', stomach stuffin', good grubbin', pastry puffin', brioche bustlin', croissant hustlin', crumpet crumblin', meringue fluffin', muffin munchin', crowd chuffin', can't get enoughin', cuisine a la carte. By Tusk's Cranny.
You see a white elephant stand, wipe a tear from his eye, and golf clap. And at the same point in time, go to Timothy and Tomothy, get that in writing.
But
And it's hard
Cranny-
for a Lockstone to golf clap because they've just got the,
it's hard for you not to clap, honestly.
the stumps.
So, yeah, very easily can Sir Godfrey use his supply chain connections and his vast wealth to ensure that Tromlin will have excellent concession rights to hawk his wares at the fight tomorrow. And this is very timely and works very well for Sir Godfrey because having had a day, which is all he has budgeted for for marketing here at Ravenfall, you really need to move on to continue your timeline and get up to Northold. But what this means is, with this once in a century,
I can stay here. No, just kidding.
with your once in a century opportunity here for this fight, you were already kind of being like, do I try and contact Dangalf the Wizard and try and push back his timeline for my pickup and delivery, or do I miss out on this amazing event? And now you suddenly realize that you have the opportunity to franchise with these people and get your cut of. You've already seen Tromlin in action doing food vending, and that's frankly food vending and like fan tchotchkes is far
Good returns.
more the kind of thing it's going to sell here rather than like occult tidbits. So you can spend the night basically preparing using your fabricate spell, using your portable supply from your merchant's bag of holding to ensure that there is as much stuff to be sold here as possible. And what you probably are going to have as your best option is to leave Timothy and Tomothy here to run a booth and sell stuff while you take the soldiers and continue getting the goods on the supply train on your WAL mart up to Northold.
By the way, the two booths at the bridge are now officially known as Waldrug, WAL drug. So, just saying.
You're leaving just a trail of franchises in your wake.
Mhm.
as you
Good. Good.
I
cross
mean, this is
land.
what Sir Godfrey does.
Yeah.
It is all one can hope for, frankly.
And so
I would
Copernicus.
say God save the Queen, but we do not actually have a queen.
I mean, you do. You have there's the King Nedrick Strack has a wife.
We would, but God save King Nedrick Strack is frankly just a touch embarrassing.
You can say God save the king. It's easier. And then
It is.
then you know what happens if he dies off and there's another one. You don't have to change what you say. It's convenient.
You can keep selling the same banners. Yeah.
Exactly.
We already
Exactly. Smart marketing.
do. Marketing.
So Copernicus, you were pulling out your family ties trait, and you do in fact believe that you have a cousin currently dwelling in Ravenfall. His name is Felix. Felix Sunshine.
Okay.
Sorry, I just thought you were writing something. And he is a student of various kinds of fighting arts, and he has a little sort of monastery here in the city.
Okay. Cool.
So you could certainly check in with him. Do you need a place to stay or something else?
Oh yeah. So what are our plans for bunking down? Are we all
Good question.
in here? We should probably talk about that before we all get like 50 drinks deep.
Sir Godfrey will be
I
staying the
just-
night again, and he has his magic, his Leomund's hut.
It's Godfrey's tiny hut, which
Yep.
is not so tiny, but
Rebrand that spell.
it's all about marketing.
It's a different color.
I think I'll stick with the party tonight. I don't know if we're invited to the hut, but
Sir Godfrey's grand caravan
yeah.
cabana.
My friends are always invited to the hut, and that is not a euphemism.
Well, here's a question. Is Glorpa going to be coming back to the hut to sleep tonight, or is Glorpa looking for somewhere else to sleep tonight?
How close can I sleep next to the? No, I've eaten my vegetables. I'm good. I will probably just like crash out.
That's our new
Your
euphemism.
five a day, is that what they say?
I went a little overboard, just saving up for the rest of the week, you know.
V8, more like V12.
I like finding a little like mossy patch near the group enough that I could hear them, but you know, that's been my preference. when I can sleep outside.
I will never
worried
look
that
at a
you asked.
carrot the same way again.
There's not a lot of
Never should.
not a lot of green in this town. It's like cobblestones
Oh.
and tall buildings.
It's also kind of
Um,
mountainous, isn't it? It's like a cliff.
But yeah, you could go outside the city, and then it's all it's all the scrublands along. In fact, by the time you get to Ravenfall, there's actually some greener pastures on the west side, moving down southwest around that side of the sea.
You know what? In that case, since it's not that green there, I do like to stay close to the party. So I'll hang out in the hut. I'll make an experience of it and feel
Okay.
weird around being underneath some ceiling material.
At least it's like a magically created ceiling material, so it's not real.
Yeah, it's more refreshing.
Yeah, I'll definitely hang out in the hut, but I think I'll send a message to Felix, just being like, "Oh, your Grandfunkel Perny's in town, and I'm friends with the Bone Crusher. So if you wanted to learn about throwing an elbow
Crushing
or
bones.
crushing a bone, I'm sure I could arrange a meetup."
I may have a +1.
So
the
how heavily are folk drinking? Ugna, you're certainly getting encouraged, but you're also quite resistant.
It's
So
true. I'm drinking, but it's not doing a lot.
So
Godfrey
Ugna
a
is going to
Loxodon, and he's just going to he's just absolutely fabulously enjoying this time with his new friends, this entire new world he's encountered. So he's drinking heavily, but he is still a Loxodon, so it's not making
so
that
let's
much.
just to sort of put a general feel on it. I'll get you to give me a Constitution save, which is a
Ugna's
+4
definitely
for
trying
you.
to, send drinks your way because you looked rattled earlier.
And
Let's go for that
Ugna, I'll
magical-
have you make a Constitution save with advantage and a lower target because of your iron liver, but you're getting bought a lot of drinks.
The first one's a 19.
16. So it's not a 23 again.
23.
What?
So
You stole my 23.
I'm cool as a
So
cucumber.
Sir Godfrey's getting a little tipsy, but that's about it. Ugna is rock solid. How about everybody else? Glorpa is immune.
Yeah, booze doesn't really work on me.
If you drink really heavily, I might make you roll like Ugna did with advantage, but you're not like in extreme danger of having alcohol poisoning by everyone in the room trying to buy you a
I
drink.
feel like I'm probably spending most of this time trying to get people to bet that I can't eat something that I found on the floor, and just
Good.
nobody is taking me up on it.
Juicy fruit gum from underneath the table.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Oh, 20 years ago is a good vintage.
Mhm.
Yikes. And Tromlin?
I'm not drinking at all.
Okay. I mean, you are somewhat resistant, so you could like drink lightly and have the equivalent of not drinking at all.
Okay, I'll drink lightly
If
then.
you choose to socially drink, you don't need to roll. Okay, cool. So everybody's having a good time generally, and then you head back to Sir Godfrey's tiny hut, which he magics into the center of his market setup, and you're all protected inside. And pass an uneventful night. I will say that when you leave, the gelatinous cube is still out there, and it slowly tries to follow you, but of course, again, it moves at 10, so you leave it long behind. In the morning, when you all awake, the gelatinous cube is there at the far side of the market, just kind of facing generally in your direction.
He doesn't need to sleep.
And yeah, for the night, of course, Copernicus doesn't sleep, but may pretend to. I don't know.
I think he might ask Tromlin, is there any prep work I could do for your baking tomorrow? I would love to learn to be your Sue.
I will
Aw.
actually then sit my grandfather down and find the things that he could do, especially things that involve that create like blood or like meat waste that I know that will be used.
You
that
leave,
helps
you leave
benefit
Grampy
him.
with the awful.
Yeah.
No, it's not that. It's just that that's stuff that he can use for Grandma.
Mm.
When
Good
you
old
wake up in the
grandparent.
morning, you might just like Perny's just like whistling to himself, like wrist deep in blood, just like
Yep.
going about doing little kitchen
The
things.
usual.
So
Yeah.
He
normal.
didn't know where any of your tools were, so he has made them out of blood. He's like got a knife made out of blood and a cutting board made out of blood, and he's cutting up raw meat with it.
Yeah, basically.
Nothing should phase us at this point.
No.
It won't.
So in the morning, Sir Godfrey is going to take his leave. So you've given your instructions to Timothy and Tomothy and left them one of the pavilion tents here in the market so that they can do whatever little bit of business you haven't already taken care of, but also their portable setup so that they can also go and hawk stuff at the arena for you. And
Reasonable rates. Extraordinarily
Exactly.
reasonable.
and then you're prepared to head on your way. So it's goodbye for now.
Bye, Sir Godfrey. I'll
Bye.
make sure to
Bye.
mention you at every match I'm in. Lovely jacket.
That is part of that is legally obligated, of
Yeah.
course. But
Oh, yeah.
I appreciate the I appreciate the offer. Yes, thank you so much.
It was a pleasure. My hand is dripping with blood.
To the elbow.
Yep.
Sir Godfrey motions to Timothy to shake your hand.
Produce like
at me,
a
though.
bundle. I love that.
Absolutely.
I love the looking earnestly at him while you shake the other person's hand.
Yep.
Produce the
I go-
bundle of handkerchiefs to wrap up and then shake.
Yes,
I go in to shake your
I
hand,
must-
but I give you a zucchini and just like wink at you and say, "Don't forget us
no.
I mean, how could he?
How could he?
if you
In
want."
case you
to.
need it.
Sir Godfrey takes the zucchini, and a good perception roll will note that he's a little disturbed, but also a little intrigued.
That's how they describe me.
Mostly disturbed.
I will say a fast prayer for
Aw.
Godfrey. I hope
Hey,
that
it's a
does-
new day. Why don't you roll real
Yeah.
quick and see who you're praying to?
Look,
Oh,
some
yeah.
friends you don't
Please not
forget,
lost.
and some
Please
friends
not.
haunt your dreams forever.
Literally Satan the devil.
I mean, there's some similar stuff on the list.
25.
25. Oh no.
Good. Love to hear that from the DM.
I'm gonna pick a different one
Oh no!
because it's we've already had Lolth,
Oh, okay.
Oh,
and you just said anything but Lolth.
Oh,
So
I
I-
rolled- I got 23 this time.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm gonna choose a different one because I think it's funny. Nope, it's going to be Mork.
from Orc.
Mork, the goblin god of cunning and trickery,
Nice.
often associated with insanity and paranoia, but also with sneaking and spying. His symbol is a little carved leering goblin face.
Oh, good.
The god of
You know
math.
what? I asked Mork to give his blessing to these travelers. Make sure they're crafty. Make sure that their enemies and those who do them harm cannot follow their serpentine tracks.
Excellent. And with that, Sir Godfrey takes his leave for now, and we'll end the stream
A
there.
little bit disturbed about the serpentine tracks bit, but okay, Sir Godfrey is.
It'll
leaving.
probably
Also, a little weird to have the freaky goblin god blessings upon you, but you're
Whatever.
not surprised by much of anything with this group.
He's seen worse, specifically last night.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is it, everyone. Thank you so much for joining
thanks,
us.
everybody. Thanks, John.
Uh,
You're amazing.
Yes.
Sean,
good
yeah,
having
let's
you.
thank John
So
for being a great
much.
guest.
Oh my goodness! Thank you guys for having me. This was so much fun. It's incredible.
And we
Disturbing,
made
but
this
incredible.
unlikely be the last we've seen of Sir Godfrey. So
Oh, Sir Godfrey, I will keep my player character stats close at hand for whenever needed.
Excellent.
I would love it, Alina, if you pull up the full-sized version of
Oh,
the Sir
yeah.
Godfrey art. Like everyone can see it
Yeah.
on the overlay, but you should pull up the full size so everyone can see the extreme Babarness
It's very
of
good.
of
Yes.
Sir Godfrey and Timothy and
All
Timothy.
right, let me just get this going here.
It is pretty extreme.
And thank you so much, audience, for joining us. I will do some announcements here while we're wrapping up, just to let you know that the next game will not be in 2 weeks, it'll be in 3 weeks, because in 2 weeks, several of our players will be busy with the Emerald City Comic Con. So if you happen to be in the Pacific Northwest, and particularly the Seattle area, you might want to come out and get things signed or buy merch from some of our fine
Me and Peter,
players.
for sure, but
I
then
think it's-
also Sam, who was
Yes,
Gregarian.
Gregarian. Gregarian the Corgi.
Gregarian the good boy.
He's so
Yes.
good.
Oh,
And yeah, did you pull up that artwork? I don't know if
it was up.
yes.
Oh, okay, it's already up and down. I wasn't looking at the chats or the stream, so I didn't see it. Yeah, additional information then. We'll post about that as we get closer to the date, of course. We probably won't have a guest for a couple of games, and then I already have another guest lined up after that, so we'll all be excited to see who that's going to be. And yeah, anybody have any stuff you want to shout out here as we wrap up?
Still trying to get this dang book out.
Yeah.
Oh my goodness. I've been going through 15-year-old comics trying to root out any ableism, which I was just too dumb enough to put in back then. Nothing terribly awful, but it's just like, whoa, why did I write that
Aw.
way 15
We all
years
have
ago?
that.
Yeah.
we've all got
That
that.
is-
Yeah.
Oh my
If
god.
you do
It's
your
very
comic,
cool, though, for
Mhm.
people to take that time and effort to do that.
Yeah.
if you do a comic longer than 10 years, you're gonna have something you're like, oh shit.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Yep.
Oy.
Maybe Alina, if you want to pull up the display
Yeah, I was
image
going to
again,
say,
you
I'm
could
going to have
throw.
our links on here one more time.
Yeah, put up the links. Then we don't need to worry about
That's the
too
wrong
much
version again.
trying to shout out. We
we
can
go.
just show off the links.
Also, I don't have Jeff's on there because I'm using the wrong
Okay.
version of this. Jeff is at
Just that 90% of the viewer base
questionablecontent.com.
is here because he told them to come.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think if they came from his website,
Golf,
That's an
church,
like,
gong.zone.
that's an extraordinarily obscure link you would be putting up had you done that.
So good. I will also shout out the drawing stream I do every other Sunday, with my friend Maggie. It is called Let Me Tell You About My Character. Maggie randomly generates some ridiculous 5e characters, and I draw them. It's a lot of fun. We get really weird and crazy. It's really fun.
this
So
is
we'll be
where
doing that
Kickstab came from.
this channel
Hmm.
on Sunday at 1 p.m. PST, 3 p.m. EST. I don't know the time change. It's weird. I'm from Saskatchewan.
Still 3 hours.
We don't change
Still
time.
3 hours.
Yeah.
Are you even linked to the rest of the world at this point?
I have no idea. I can't get out of BC.
Get right now.
Right.
Yeah, we're kind of trapped in BC right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good
And of course,
time.
as always, a nice a shout out to my shadow DM Dan.
Yay, Dan.
Who's
Yeah,
been
thank you,
active in the
Dan.
chat. And of course, as always, you can join us on the Discord. Alina, maybe
I'll drop
throw
the
up
link
another.
again. We should also
link
do our
in the
subscriber
chat.
roll before we log off here.
Yep, that's the last thing I was going to say. So yeah, if you enjoyed the stream and you want to chat with other people who were on the stream, there's lots of activity in the Discord throughout the month between the games. And as always, our subscribers are up for the sketch card.
We have 20. Oh, yep. 20
20
people.
exactly? Great. So the
So
last
sorry,
time I can
22.
roll a d20
Oh,
before I have
22.
to. Oh, we're 22.
22.
Dang it. All right. I am going to roll
Hold
a d20.
Hold on. I'm subscribing here.
Just
23.
don't mess with us.
Your number.
I will roll.
Roll roll a d23.
D22, which I
that's
can do
right.
thanks to the internet.
Ah, nice.
I have rolled a 12.
12 is Tom C. Fitz. So Tom C. Fitz, we will be sending
Congratulations,
you
Tom
a
C. Fitz.
sketch card.
You are the lucky recipient of the next sketch card from our artists.
Yay!
And that is it for tonight. Thank you, everybody, one more time for coming, and we will see you next time for some more hot trash from these hot trash heroes. Hot
Thank you all.
trash heroes.
See y'all.
Bye.
Bye.